Understand though, Andrew, obviously, for so many of us, we will go to a restaurant, we will sit down, we will be given a menu, and we'll look at the menu, and our eyes will go to a certain section of that menu. And typically, for a lot of us, it's not the salads. We know it should be the salads, right, but we'll go to the burgers, the sandwiches. How do you change that?
No, but for me, the way, and it's funny, Muriel and I tend to eat the same way in this regard. My typical meal when I go somewhere is for dinner, say, I'll typically have a piece of fish with like tons of veggies. Okay. So I might look at all the sides they have, and because I tend to still eat a lot, but I'll get that great piece of protein, whether it's salmon or whatever fish it might be, or even chicken, not red meat anymore. But then I'll have lots of different, and I love spinach sauteed in olive oil. I love grilled asparagus. And Muriel makes all sorts of great things with kale. And even if she makes me a salad, she might, instead of putting cheese in, what she does is she'll cook egg white. And sliced up, like whatever boiled egg white, is just, it kind of feels like cheese in a spinach salad or a kale salad. And then she puts little pomegranate seeds in there, or she slices up almonds that she sautés. That it's very easy to make good decisions. And those decisions, because I'm someone who I like food that tastes good. But so my typical meal at a restaurant is just looking for quality protein with quality vegetables. At a restaurant, I typically will never eat a piece of bread. I just don't do that. I don't put butter on my bread. If I'm going to have bread, and I'll do that in France, I'll have it with olive oil. And in France, of course, I'm salivating. They have extra virgin olive oil.
You'll be there in 24 hours, Andrew.
So yes, so for me, making these good choices, I never dreamed that the age I am today, I never dreamed that I would be functioning as I function. I feel like my brain works better than at any time in my life, and I look at videos from half a lifetime ago, and I'm no more capable then than I am today. And certainly I run the same trails in Nevada, in California, wherever I am, in Colorado. I run these mountain trails, and I'm just a little bit slower than I was 30 plus years ago. So I think if we really give ourselves a chance, and we really feel good about making these decisions, there's nothing more selfish than being kind to ourselves. And there's nothing wrong with that selfishness, because being kind to ourselves in terms of our health, that is the greatest gift we give to those we love. At the end of my blog, I wrote that if we were making dietary decisions for those we loved, we'd really be making great decisions for them, even if we didn't make them for ourselves. And guess what? Those people would want to do that for us as well. So the greatest gift that we give to those we love is not doing something for them directly, but taking really good care of ourselves.
I encourage you to read Andrew's blog. Wordsonwellness.com is where you'll be able to find it. It's amazing how powerful we actually are. We are very powerful beings when we really put our minds to it and we want to change something. We all know, it's funny, and I know Andrew would agree, but everything that Andrew's saying when he talks about diet, when he talks about choices, really, at the back of our mind, we know everything he's saying is right. So all we need to do is say, I am going to do the right thing as much and as best as I can, and even a small change can certainly lead to bigger changes.
Yeah, and that's what it always works that way. It has to be small change. It's these global changes, short of us in a hospital bed having open heart surgery, best change after that. But in life, the kinds of changes we make and the kinds of changes that we can retain are those changes that are made sensibly, rationally, moderately. And what do they say? Moderation, I think it's Oscar Wilde who said this, everything in moderation. Yep. Including moderation.
Indeed.
Or particularly moderation.
It's a great way to live.
So, yes. And so for me, I'm someone who, I live a very full life, but I live it consciously. Consciously in terms of the health of the planet, consciously in terms of my own health as well.
I'd love to talk about two items that certainly did not air over the weekend.
We didn't.
And we're pleased to do it today.
And these are two products that I take, two products that Muriel takes. Our PC, I talked about the active compound that makes our turmeric more absorbable because it's complexed with a special fat. That special fat that it's complexed with is Phosphatidyl Choline, the product we're looking at right here. Phosphatidyl Choline is a phospholipid. It's the principal phospholipid. It makes up 2/3 of the membrane surface area in our liver. And you think, wow, that's a big deal, 2/3 of the membrane surface area in our liver. What's the liver? It's the largest internal organ, but it's probably the size of a small football. But 2/3 of that membrane surface area, that's about 8 football fields is the membrane surface area. So you're talking about 5 football fields of membrane surface area folded into that liver.
Wow.
So it's an enormous amount, and phosphatidyl choline is the critical phospholipid also in our brain as well. So phosphatidyl choline is one of those natural structural molecules that plays an important functional role both in our liver and our brain. You can't make brain cells without it. You can't make the membrane that surrounds and protects the brain, the sphingomyelin, without it. You also can't make the critical neurotransmitter in the brain, acetylcholine, without it. So incredibly important molecule. It's sort of the most simple, straightforward, affordable way to support your brain and to support your liver. And as we get older, I mean, I haven't, knock on wood, I haven't noticed any of those age-related memory changes, which strike all of us. But I'm someone who still tends to remember things well. It's a good thing, because that's what my job is up here, is remembering all that I know and being able to communicate it effectively. So phosphatidyl choline is a structural product that, in terms of the function of our liver and our brain, the liver antioxidant extracts, that's a specific product that combines 3 different botanicals. Most importantly, milk thistle, which is standardized for silymarin, and like our turmeric, we also complex that with phosphatidyl choline because it also enhances its absorption and its bioavailability and its activity in your body. But the liver antioxidant extracts, that's not structural.